Here I have my friend Dan Kelleher, the host of the Entrepreneur Boulevard show, speaking to Charlie Chena about increasing sales.
Anybody that's out there that's listening, if you don't know how to sell, start. If you are selling and you're not skilling up, if you're not picking a mentor, if you're not picking whether it's Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, or any other subject matter expert out there that resonates with you, you're making a big mistake, because at the end of the day, you're in business to drive revenue. And the more revenue you drive, the less problems in most cases you're going to have, because revenue fixes everything.
So you're going to be speaking at a conference in California in about 3 or 4 weeks, aren't you?
Yes.
You want to talk about that?
Well, again, exposure, right? Young guy, 22 years old, Andy Audate. I'm sitting in my office, and there was a gentleman here in sales, Ken Walls. A lot of you probably know him, but Ken Walls comes in and he says, "Hey, there's a young guy here, Andy Audate. He just wrote a book. He wants to give you a book and he wants to meet you." I said, "I don't know the guy." He goes, "Oh, he saw you on, Facebook." I said, "All right." So I go out there and I meet Andy and we start talking. And Andy says to me, "You really impacted me." I said, "I impacted you?" He goes, "Yeah, when you told me that story about how you closed John Taffer to become a Lightspeed VT customer," he said, "Man," he goes, "that was just a great story." And for those of you that may not have heard it, just what I got done trying to impress upon you, I was after John Taffer to become a client. I said, if he's got this TV show and he's got these millions of viewers that are ravenous for his content, certain percentage of those are bar owners, he needs to be on Lightspeed. So I tried calling him, couldn't get to the right person within the organization. Months went by. I got so frustrated one day that I said, "This is crazy. His office is local." I drove down there, like literally after hanging up and getting frustrated with whoever answered the phone that didn't get me what I needed or didn't get me the appointment that I needed to get. Drove down there. His building is secured. There's a button, no solicitation. A sign, no solicitation, and a button where you got to be buzzed in. Click the button. Fortunately, they buzzed me in. And I just said to the girl straight up, "Hi, my name's Charlie Chena. I'm here to see John." "Well, do you have an appointment?" "No, I don't, but I need to see him." "Well, sir, he's not in." "Well, then who can see me? Is his president here, vice president?" Long story short, his vice president walks out. "Do you have an appointment?" "No, I don't. You need to give me 3 minutes. I need to show you how I can help John generate revenue and create a 7-figure, business in the next 12 to 18 months. Do you think I got her attention?"
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about driving revenue. Every single thing that everybody does in some way, shape, or form is tied to driving revenue. So Andy saw or heard that story. 2 days later, I get a call from his VP, and I'm in John's conference room, and now he's got Taffer virtual teaching. For those of you that are listening that are in the bar business, it's tvt.com or Taffer VT, TAFFERVT.com. But at any rate, that's how I met Andy. So he told me the story. And then one night he called me and we were talking, and he said, I forgot the question that he actually asked me, but I kind of went into a 15-minute dissertation and got on a roll. And he goes, "Man," he goes, "you just impacted me." He goes, "Would you consider speaking at my event?" And one thing led to another. And now, we're often for the past, I'd say, 6-8 weeks on various calls, and however I can, help him or mentor him. It's been my pleasure to do so. And I'm looking forward to speaking at the event.
Absolutely. Do you know the website to that event so people could buy tickets?
September 29th at the LAX Marriott. I know Omar Peru is going to be there. Some people that are in the real estate game, some people that are social media experts.
Yeah, AJ Adams will be there.
Yeah, so anybody that is in any type of business, whether it's real estate sales, retail, auto, I just think, solopreneur, entrepreneur, you will definitely get return on investment without question.
Absolutely. Especially if you're in Southern California, there's no reason why you should not be there. There's some heavy hitters speaking like Charlie at the event. If you went to 10X Growth Con and you don't go to this, you're absolutely crazy. If you didn't go to Growth Con, you should go to this and 10X Growth Con, which is going to be in Las Vegas in February 2018.
It's actually SOCAL salesgrowth.com.
SoCal Growth Con.
SOCAL salesgrowth.com.
I think I got it. Hopefully.
Yeah, but just look at a guy like that. I mean, I give him a ton of credit. I mean, I'm looking at him going, dang, 22-year-old young man, right? Who has had a business, he's written a book, but he's out there doing it. Like, again, he's coming to me and asking me to speak, and I'm saying, yeah, dude, I'll do it. I don't know how many people are going to be there. At the end of the day, I'm going there certainly for Andy, first and foremost, because the guy's taken massive action to make something happen to, better not only himself, but better his community and the people that are in it. I mean, think about that. Everything starts with the word do.
Yep.
And he's a doer. So I'm looking forward to coming there. My whole topic of conversation is how do you expose and close? How do you expose yourself? How do you expose your business? Whether it's you looking to get a promotion, whether it's looking for you to start a business, whether it's you looking to increase your business, your sales acumen, whatever it is, it's about exposing yourself and closing a deal, not selling a deal. Selling is the actual, for lack of a term, engagement to ultimately get them to say yes. When they say yes and the money exchanges hands, that's key and that's paramount. So how do you expose and how do you close?
Love it. Love it. So I texted Andy, so I'm sure he'll jump on here in a couple minutes and post his links. So in closing, there's two last things I want to talk about real quick. Mindset and action, because one of the things you just said is you have to do.
Right.
So Gary Vaynerchuk, one of the guys that I follow, in a lot of his videos, he talks about, hey, you can read all the books you want, you can listen to all the motivational videos you want, go to all these conferences. None of that matters if you don't actually do. Right?
Yeah, and again, I've had my own companies. I've built my own sales teams. I've built a sales manager. I've been in, direct sales, multi-level marketing. Here's the reality. One thing that always got to me when I was a sales manager and training sales teams is I'd go up to a guy, for example, and say, listen, pick up the phone and make that call. And he'd say, well, I'm not comfortable yet. Okay, what are you not comfortable with? Well, I don't have the product knowledge. Bullshit. It's not important whether or not you have the product knowledge. Are you going to pick up the phone and make the call?
Yep.
Because guess what? If you're selling pens or whatever it is, you might not even need to have that product knowledge. You might be able to make that call or make 10 calls, and that person on the other line is looking for a what? A pen. Mm-hmm. You might not even need to engage in product knowledge. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not suggesting you shouldn't know your product. The point I'm trying to impress upon you is people look for excuses.
They psych themselves out.
Right. And then again, what are you doing? You're as they say, you're excusing yourself from making the call. That call is going to get you the practice and the role play and the repetition that you need. Now, again, you don't want to burn a lead, but what I'm saying is it can't be used as an excuse. So you want to scale up. You're never going to learn 100% of the product knowledge. No one, out of every 10 calls that I make, for example, on Lightspeed, I'll get that one person that starts asking me technical questions. And to this day, whether I know the answer or don't, I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole because it's a completely different conversation. So I'm here to tell you, I don't have all the knowledge about every single piece of technology or feature or makeup of the Lightspeed VT system, right? What am I selling? I'm selling the end result. If you're a subject matter expert, I can show you how to drive more revenue and put more money on your bottom line through our virtual interactive training platform. Are you interested in putting another 10 grand a month to your bottom line, Dan? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Great. When do you want to connect for a call? When do you want to set up a demo? I was on the phone yesterday consulting a client. They're in the healthcare business. The guy said, I've got affiliates everywhere. What do I tell them? What's my elevator pitch? I said, find out what pain point you're going to help your customers overcome. He goes, well, I've been doing that for 20 years. I know that. I said, well, then give me one. He said, our training will help increase employee retention and help human resource departments hire a better quality person, which ultimately will do what? Save the company money or help the company drive more revenue. So the conversation would be, hey, Dan, how's things going at your hospital? Oh, it's going pretty good, Charlie. It's going pretty good. Let me ask you a question. What are the two biggest pain points you're having at your hospital that if you had the opportunity, right, what would you need to overcome? Well, I need to improve my hiring process and I need to retain the people. Hey, I'm working with this guy, Brad Lee or Andy Audate, right? The guy's a master at doing X, Y, and Z.
Yep.
When do you have 5 minutes for us to set up a call?
That's
right?
perfect. Man, I'll tell you, anybody in sales, anybody that owns a company that you sell a product, if you don't train your people properly, that's why they leave. That's why your retention's horrible, because you're not training them.
Yeah. When you look at, and everyone knows Grant, but when you look at what Grant has done, really the growth that he's had in the past, let's say 3 years, it's been incredible. And at his boot camp, he had Jared Gallant and Todd Strow up there, and they were role playing. They train their people. Well, let me rephrase that. They log into the system every single day and train.
Are you ready to take your business to the next level of success by learning proven sales and marketing strategies from industry leaders who have built 9-figure businesses? Don't miss the SoCal Sales Growth Conference in Los Angeles. Hear from sales experts, including Charlie Chena, sales expert and VP of Sales for Lightspeed VT, Eric Stoller, president of the Les Brown Institute, Andy Audate, serial entrepreneur and motivational millennial speaker, Omar Puriu, international sales expert, AJ Adams, social media strategist and international speaker, Revivo Kaufman, $100 million real estate sales expert. If you're serious about learning how to build $1 million lead pipeline, utilize the psychology of sales, leverage the power of social media marketing to attract your ideal clients and customers, and close more sales with less effort, then do not miss this event. Go to salesgrowthcon.com.